I'm convinced at this point, the Call of Duty community, most of the Call of Duty community, gotta be the dumbest community in gaming. I know some of you are gonna yell at me in the comment section, bro, you haven't seen this community, you haven't seen that community. I know. There's a whole lot of dumb gamers out there making excuses, these simps defending their bullshit business practices. Look at the state of modern gaming as a whole. Trust, I know there's a whole lot of dumb gamers out there simping for these companies, simping for these video games, but the Call of Duty community, in my opinion, has to be the dumbest. From weird skill-based matchmaking advocates fighting for this type of matchmaking in a pub. Actually, they go out of their way to hate on a game like X-Defiant because X-Defiant has true matchmaking in its game. Connection-based. Even though it has a terrible netcode, or it had a terrible netcode, it has that real matchmaking where you're going to see variety of skill in your lobby. They go out of their way to hate on that game because they can't have it, man. They need to be protected in the little bubble, man, swimming around in a little kiddie pool with their furry bundles and shit. The bundle defenders. If I'm killing time at work, if I got to burn a few minutes, like if I'm charging a unit and I got nothing else to do, I'll watch a random video that will get recommended to me sometimes. I'll get recommended these videos from these smaller channels, and if it's got an interesting title, I'll check it out. And if it's a good video, if they got good content, I'll sub, drop them a like, drop them a comment, try to help their channel out a little bit, man. It's just something that I've been doing for a while. And the amount of videos that I'm getting recommended, maybe it's just because it's about my boy Steve-O that I'm sub to. These people, these weirdos, these nerds really think that there's a difference between two-boxing and them playing with their homies that are of weaker skill. They think there's a difference because when you're two-boxing, you're intentionally going for weaker lobbies. Even though when they're playing with their homies who are of lesser skill, it's still technically two-boxing. They think there's an actual difference there, though, because they're so against all forms of reverse boosting. Out here soldiering for skill-based matchmaking. The funny thing is, every single one of them, every one that I've seen a video of, they all claim to hate skill-based matchmaking. If you hate skill-based matchmaking and it was removed from the game, what's going to happen, bruh? You're going to see a variety of skill in your lobby. You're going to see people of lower skill, higher skill, same skill as you. You're going to see everything, man. You're going to see lobbies where it's complete bots, especially Christmas morning. Jump on a game with no SBMM Christmas morning and tell me what kind of lobbies you get. The lobbies that these reverse boosters are getting. Now, I get it. People take it too far. You guys know I don't reverse boost. You guys know I don't two-box. I don't do none of that shit. Sometimes people play on my account when I'm at work, so I might get a little bit of an easier lobby when I first get on the game after they get slapped around for a bit on my account. But that's it. And that's nothing. I can't control that shit. People are going to play on my shit when I'm not here. It's just the way it goes, dude. I don't live alone. Like, these fucking people out here want you to, like, explain every detail of your life to them because you're a commentary channel and whatever gameplay you choose in the background needs to be justified or some shit. Like, I'm coming out here dropping 2 KD gameplays. Motherfuckers calling me a reverse booster and shit. You can't make this shit up, man. I'm not out here dropping nukes. I'm not out here claiming to be the best player in the world, the best Call of Duty player in Black Ops 6, the best Warzone player. I'm not doing none of that shit. We are a commentary channel. Motherfuckers want you to justify your gameplay to them. You got to answer to them. Because you went on a little streak in a game where you finished with a 2 KD. You struggled that game, but you went on a little streak and got a Watchdog Helo. So you were reverse boosting just because you went on that little streak in the middle of the game, but you had a rough start and a rough finish. Like, you can't. Dude, I told you, man. Dumb as hell. And they really think there's a difference between people who knowingly two-box to get easier lobbies and also playing with your friends who are of lesser skill. You party up with your homie. Let's say you're a 2.5 KD player. You party up on your homie who's got a 0.8 KD. You are two-boxing, technically. You have to be an idiot not to understand that. Whether or not you're intentionally doing it for easier lobbies or not, you are two-boxing. Are you fucking stupid? You don't understand it? So you're soldiering for skill-based matchmaking, though. By hating on all reverse boosters, you claim to hate two-boxers. You understand what it is, but you don't understand that you're technically doing it, though, even though you're not doing it on purpose to get easier lobbies. How fucking stupid can you be? All these channels that rant about SBMM, the matchmaking that's in COD, every channel out here that complains about the matchmaking that's in COD. What do you think one of the main points they make against having this matchmaking in Call of Duty? Well, it fucks with partying up with your homies, because now your homie of weaker skill is going to consistently get tougher competition. There's no variety there. Your homie is never going to run into players on the opposite team that's going to be of weaker skill than him, or even the same skill as him. He's always going to see players slightly or a lot better than he is, making him miserable almost the entire time he's in that party. He's not going to want to party up with that dude anymore. And the dude of higher skill, well, he's just beasting and feasting on all the lower skill players than him. Newsflash, what do you call that? Would you call that a 2-box? I feel like we're dealing with like mentally challenged children out here. Unfortunately, they're grown men and they're able to make YouTube channels, and they decided to make Call of Duty videos, and they spread this bullshit narrative about reverse boosting is cheating and all this other shit. It's like, this is what we've been talking about this whole fucking time, man. And just because I don't reverse boost or 2-box, but I understand it, these jokers, these clowns hate on me like I'm a reverse booster just because I understand why people do it. Look, man, try to enjoy the game. This matchmaking doesn't belong in pubs. That's where I'm at with it. But I get it. Some of these people, some of these reverse boosters, these 2-boxers, they take it way too far, man. They take it to the point where they're getting into lobbies of the weakest players on the game, and they farm them for content. I don't really agree with that, but I'm not going to go out of my way to try to control these people and tell them what to do with their game, tell them what to do with their channels, their streams, the whole nine, man. That's none of my business, bruh. We grown folk out here. People spent money on the game. They could do whatever the fuck they want with that game. You guys know I can't stand Activision. For that sole fact alone, you're not going to see me go out, buy a second console and a second copy of the game to give Activision more money. My end goal is to get this toxic, predatory matchmaking at a pubs. Get it the fuck at a Call of Duty. I ain't going to reverse boost to do it. I have zero problems with anybody who wants to circumvent it. Again, some people take it too far. I still have no problems with them. Whether or not they're honest about it, I don't even care at this point. Do what you got to do to have fun with the game. It's a little bit more greasy when you're making money out here talking about how you're the #1 player in Black Ops 6 or whatever. Like that shit is corny as fuck, man. I have no time for that shit. But still, I ain't going to go out of my way to hate on these people. Like these motherfuckers out here soldiering for these reverse boosting police officers. They idolize them. They put them on a fucking pedestal talking about how, oh, they only go after people who hide it. That's funny, man. I barely watch these clowns, these fucking weirdos. I barely watch them. And even I know they've made videos on Murder Show hating on him. He openly admits it. They make videos on that Saxu dude who literally shows you his 2-box at the start of the stream, but apparently that wasn't good enough. He's got to let you know on the bottom right of his screen or whatever in text that he's reverse boosting at all times. And even in that video where this reverse boosting police officer is exposing, quote unquote, Saxu, he's bringing up Activision's TOS for boosting, not reverse boosting, for boosting, talking about how it's cheating. Like, these dudes, these jokers, these clowns, they don't care about who's hiding it. They want everybody to stop doing it because even though they claim to hate skill-based matchmaking, this is the way they think pubs should be because they're fucking stupid. They don't even understand what they're actually fighting for, what they're soldiering for. I actually just seen a video. One of the reasons why I'm making this, because I've been seeing these videos for a little while now, but I actually just seen a video from this fucking weirdo, man. His name was like Invader or some shit, right? He was talking shit to me in the comment section after I tried to correct him. Like, the dude is just all kinds of nerd. Like, he's got nothing going for him, right? But the first part of his video, I was actually agreeing with. Like, he's calling the community dumb, which is true. Like, everything he was talking about with reverse boosters, people could do whatever they want with their game. He has no problem with reverse boosters. I'm like, I'm agreeing with this dude. He started off the video great. I'm like, goddamn, man, this dude, it felt like he watched my videos and just made a video spitting that shit word for word. Like, I was agreeing completely with what he was saying. And then he starts going off on my homie King Steve-O, because Steve-O is a reverse booster. He's a 2-boxer. It's the same thing, right? 2-boxing is a form. It's in that family of reverse boosting. He 2-boxes, and he lets everybody know that he's doing it, and he's constantly getting attacked for doing it by all these fucking weirdos out here in this Call of Duty community. This bullshit toxic as fuck, soft Call of Duty community full of complete morons, hating on him for reverse boosting, trying to get him to stop doing it, trying to peer pressure him, whatever it is, to get him to stop doing it. So he's making a point that some of these quote-unquote reverse boosting police officers exposing people for reverse boosting, he's making a point that when they party up on people of lower skill, they're technically two-boxing. He's pointing out that they're hypocrites, complete hypocrites. They go to their way to obsess and they stalk these channels that reverse boost, make videos on them, exposing them because they hate all forms of reverse boosting and two-boxing, even though technically they are still doing it because they party up on lower skill players, whether it's viewers, whether it's homies, whatever. They're still technically two-boxing though. This fucking invader moron makes this video. In the back half of the video, he's dogging on Steve-O for making that point. Like Steve-O is hating on reverse boosters. Steve-O is the one that is reverse boosting. And he's called, like, this dude, this is how stupid this is. He starts the video off calling everybody dumb in the Call of Duty community, right? You can't be this dumb calling people dumb, though. That shit is comedic fucking gold, man. He's too stupid to understand that Steve-O is defending what he's doing. He's the one that's two-boxing. He's the one that's trying to enjoy the game because this matchmaking does not belong in fucking pubs. And even though this dude started off with basically agreeing with him, he starts hating on Steve-O, man. Like, you can't, he's calling him all this toxic shit. This, I'm telling you, man, this fucking community, dumbest community in gaming. You can't make this shit up. That's all I got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you on the next one.